Ever since I blew, they all on my hey, back then, didn't know I exist. Don't touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got your long, say I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent about 10 on my fit. Ex-slick, then hit with the back then, you out the zip. Blow out his back and then dip. Got a whole pour it all on the ship. All these four things pull out the bip. Suck, turn up, baby, pour out the milk. So you know how I drip.
Coach, we are just about set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. A few moments ago, they raised the 12th man banner, and this place, as usual, rocking and rolling. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. That he was looking for as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. First carry for Nick Chubb. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. That's caught inside the 20. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. A big play there for the Niners. 46 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Out of the gun, running with Cohen. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. On third down, it's Nick Chubb. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's first and goal. A run for Nick Chubb. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Second and goal at the 11-yard line.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's second and goal. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. He'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's third down. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Now it's Jackson, buying time to his left. And he's in for the 49ers score. Josh Lambo now for the point after. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Niners 7, Seahawks nothing. Josh Lambo set to kick off.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Matt Breida, his 25th touchdown. Tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. As his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Lutt's good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying.
It got his man complete. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. No gain, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. A give running right is Chubb, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Steps away to his left. He may try and run for this. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the 1st. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. These two teams all tied after one.
With the score tied 7-7.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down.
And that's a big pickup of a 1st down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here.
Double tight, guys, double tight. 3 down. Hey, check. 3 down, check 26, check 26.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Looking for Pettis, but that's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range, but boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, There's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot. And I don't know if he made it out of the end zone. No signal. Yes, it's a safety. I think you'd have to say this crowd here in Seattle, this 12th man, had something to do with that.
As well as the architect of this stadium. Combined with this crowd noise, makes it very difficult to run offense. And here, 2 points result for the defense.
It is deafening in here.
All day, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's second down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Watch time.
On the ground, it's Chubb. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now Jackson from the gun, he'll throw. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. J.J. Watt racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. This is intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. On 4th down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, 4th down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
They'll start on the ground with Breida. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on 1st down. That's what they talk about, Dust, all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
Now a give coming right is Breida. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
Let's go. 15 on it. 15 on it. Scoot, scoot. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. Hey, pop, 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 pop.
On 3rd down, a run from Breida. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. The Seahawks send out their punter. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. On the return is Cohen. A minute 55 left to go in the first half of play. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
I'm coming for you. You mine. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. Joker, 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 joker. Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
They run. Chubb. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
I'm coming after you. Showing up, showing up.
Now Chubb running right. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
27 on the play. First down, San Francisco.
Baby, that's baby shot.
Chubb. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
J.J. Watt makes another tackle there, and it's for a minimal gain. And let's face it, if that's all you're going to get running the ball, you're not going to have much success against him and his team.
Yeah, you better find a way to go around J.J. Watt, which isn't easy to do.
It's really not, because you got to try everything. Can you go around him? Can you go by him? Can you influence him to get him out of position so maybe you can wall him off? He's a really sharp, intelligent player, as well as a physical specimen.
Now Chubb. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. And Lambeau will put this one through. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Murray. Incomplete.
Murray's pass. Incomplete on the throwaway. Brings up 3rd down and 3 yards to go.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he's into the clear. The 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Matt Breida. His 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. Pete Carroll in that familiar hands-on knees pose. His guys will go for 2 here. Shotgun now from Murray. Escaping the pressure right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. And in the 3rd quarter here, they were trying to push that to a 3-point game, but instead it'll stay at 1.
And I'm a big proponent of not chasing points or going for 2 too early. But in this case, I understand why. You know, if you kick an extra point, you're just up 2, right? So a field goal still puts the other team ahead. So you go for 2 here and protect the field goal lead. They didn't get it done, though.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Throwing is Jackson. Sliding out of the pocket. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield, try to hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
Check. Fresno. Kill. Switch it.
On the carry, it's Chubb. There he goes left side. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Nick Chubb. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the 49ers have retaken the lead. Well, they were just hoping that run would pick up the first. They got the whole enchilada.
And I'm so used to teams on 3rd down, doesn't matter how far they need for a first down, throwing the ball. Instead, they run it, and as you said, picked up the first down, and then some, and then some. In fact, everything, all the way for a touchdown. Terrific play.
I got you, boy. Mike 6.
To throw is Jackson, operating from the gun. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
He's coming. Double up.
They'll begin the drive with Breida. He's got a first down past the 30. And he takes it all the way up to the 47. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Check 50. Check it back.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Once again, they run with Breida on first down. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Another good run there. He's been good all season long. I don't know if he's going to win that MVP award, but just to be in the discussion, obviously that means he's had a great run.
The raw numbers put him in the discussion. Can he carry his team to enough victories? Can he put them in a spot where we say to ourselves, well, an MVP carries his team to the playoffs. That's what he's going to need in order to get that award.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball and pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short. That's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Now a handoff looking right. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to regain the lead. Pete Carroll in that familiar hands-on knees pose. His guys will go for 2 here. Out of the gun, here's Murray. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you're trying to throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Leonard Williams in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13.
Check it. Check 13. Check 13. Check 3. Check 3. Check 3.
Chubb will get the call running left. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
Ready. Rush him. Push him back. Daniels alone. Hey, tight down. There you go.
From the gun, Jackson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A big play there for the Niners. 42 yards.
A gain of 42 yards on the play. First down, 49ers.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he'll go down at the 28. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Under 10.
They run it again with Chubb. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? The Niners on 3rd down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This time it's 3rd and 3. Handoff comes to Chubb. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. Temptation there certainly to go for this, but I think you have to kick it, right?
The temptation coming from the fantasy owners, right? I mean, there are some that are going to want to kick it because they may have that kicker, but overall, get more yardage, maybe a chance for a touchdown. But no, absolutely not. Run that field goal kicker out there. Kick it. You got to take the chance to take the lead right now. You don't want to put it back on your defense.
The kick by Lambeau is good. And with that, they will move ahead by 2 here in the 4th. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
At their own 23-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Change situation. Let's go. Rush in. Rush in. Rush in. Hey, alert 3. Alert 3. Hey, check 24. Check 24. Slam. 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 Check 3. Check 3. Check 3. Shift. Watch the shift. Check. Check. Check.
A handoff to Breida to begin the drive. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played their responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Check 52.
Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. That's caught by Jackson. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one covers 29 yards. 1st down.
Watch the
On 1st down, here's Breida. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And that'll be marked down as their first sack of the game.
Well, they had 6 last week, and this offense did its homework, didn't it? Because they saw all that pressure, and they really worked hard to tamp it down and beat it back, and they did a great job in the first half. But now they've gotten their first sack here in the second half. Look out. They'll try to increase the pressure.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
49, check, go. Hatchet.
Murray with a 3rd and long. Forced out to his left. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver. So he has to take off and run for it, but he comes up well short of the line to gain.
Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Switch. Bang.
And again, it's Chubb. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. A give. This is Chubb. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
2 yards. And the 49er first down.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Check 43. Hey, check 24. Right 24.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
Come get some. Come on. Kill.
They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13.
He's crashing. He's checking.
Now they try the right side here. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12. Now a timeout called for by the defense. as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4.
Switch. Check. Begin. He's coming.
Now a handoff looking right. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
They will take the knee here, and they will finish this regular season with a victory. So the victory here for San Francisco, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger. And dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Niners, they'll wrap up the campaign an impressive 15-1. And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for Seattle, despite the loss, they're going to finish the campaign at a sterling 13-3. And they'll get their shot at playoff football as they'll be on the road next week as a wild card. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.